wins on homecoming against Kalamazoo 56-21, where by halftime this game was over. Hope was up 35 to nothing by halftime. You do have to give credit to Kalamazoo for fighting back in the second half, scoring 21 points, but then Hope also scored 21 points as well. So you have to obviously give a ton of credit to this Hope team. Came out extremely fast. It obviously started out with an A.J. Martell of 13-yard touchdown. You truly continue to see what this Hope offense and just what this Hope culture is like when it comes to offense. It's still going to be a team that's still going to want to run the ball. It's going to be a team that wants to do a good job of mixing between running and throwing the ball. This was a team in this game that ran for 266 yards. Trey Goki was the leading rusher of this team. A.J. Martell continues to be very productive throughout his time. You also have guys like Noah Dunkel, Tyson Williams, the quarterback, end up having a touchdown in this game. Alex Thole continues to be involved. You had several different guys on this team that was able to not only play in this game, but had at least one rushing attempt in this game. But when you average 7 yards per rush, that's going to lead to a ton of success. That's going to be just what this Hope offense wants to do. But it's not only running the ball. This Hope offense continues to get guys involved in the pass game as well. Johnny Rohan Blaine continues to be the wide receiver number one of this team. He's just so involved in this offense. But it's not just him. Travis Myers had a touchdown catch. Kenda Horn, Jack Goldie, the tight end, had a touchdown catch. Hope only threw 2 touchdowns in this game, ran for 6 of them. They had scored 8 touchdowns. Great game, obviously, on the ground as well. But A.J. Martell continues to be involved, not only in the run game, but in catching the ball. Liam Young had 1 catch. I believe there was probably a good 12 guys that had at least 1 catch in this game. And running the ball, probably close to 10 as well, which obviously when you get out to a 35-0 lead, you're obviously going to have the capability of playing a lot of these guys. And obviously it's going to be really huge going forward, not only for this year, but next year as well. Continue to get these young guys involved. But it's not just this offense that was really good for Hope. Obviously, the defense was pretty good for this Hope. Game up 21 points in the second half. But if we want to talk about defense, I feel like there's a few really defensive stout guys that we need to talk about. One is Liam Danitz. Liam Danitz continues to be really the edge rusher for this Hope team. He is just a guy that just disrupts the other team. He had 2.5 sacks in this game, 5 tackles total. He's been an issue for any team that has gone up against him. But it's not just him. Like, you truly have to talk about the safety, Owen Graham. He had 2 interceptions in this game. He was great in pass coverage. This whole team was pretty good in pass coverage as well. They only gave up 312 yards, which you might say only gave up, but that was a lot of the time when they kind of had backups in, stuff like that. Like when they had guys that were maybe a little less experienced, trying to get them a little bit more playing time. If the Stars play the whole game, I would fully expect that total yardage to go down. But not only that, they only gave up 33 yards on this ground. That's one thing that Hope defensively has been really good at this year for the most part, stopping the run. And this team just continues to do so. Like, they did that, and they also had a really good job of not only getting sacks, but you have to talk about just how often this team was in the backfield. They had like 8 tackles for loss because of that. And if you look at what Kalamazoo had in this game, Kalamazoo had 1 sack and had 2 tackles for loss. That's it. That was the biggest difference when it comes to the defenses between what Hope did and what Kalamazoo did. Hope was able to protect their quarterbacks. Hope was able to not get the other guys behind the line of scrimmage. They were able to at least get a yard or 2 on every single play for the most part. Kalamazoo struggled to do that. And you have to give credit to this Hope defensive line for being a team that not only can run the ball effectively, not only be a good offensive line, but a team that you typically likes to win the matchup in the trenches. And for a lot of teams, it's important to win the line and the trenches in these games. If you want to be really, really good, it truly starts with the offensive line. It starts with the defensive line. And this Hope team absolutely dominated for both parts of that in this one. So you absolutely love to see that. You love to see Hope continue to win, continue to play really well, because they're going to need to. Their opponents are going to get a little bit more difficult coming up. They have Adrian coming up this week. I'm really excited to recap that game. Adrian's a really, really good team. This is an Adrian team that's playing very, very well at home. They're going to go on the road. If Hope wants to accomplish what they want to accomplish, they're going to have to continue to win. And if this defensive line continues to play this way, continues to get in the backfield, continues to force the other teams to make mistakes, this Hope team is going to win a lot of these games. And they're going to be really competitive. They're going to be right in the playoffs. And it's going to truly be dependent on not only the defense making these plays, but the offense needs to continue to play well as well. You have a guy in Alex Thole that continues to be so efficient throughout this year. 17 for 21, 2 touchdowns in this game. When Hope is good offensively, it's when he's really efficient. And it's not just that, but it's about the ability to get the ball to different playmakers. This team has different playmakers. This team has different guys that they can throw the ball to, has different guys that they can hand the ball off to. This Hope team is almost too much offensively for some teams that you need to try to figure out ways to get these guys involved. And I think in this game, Hope did a really good job. I think Alex Thole was really efficient. Dallas Saucer was really efficient in this game, 6 for 7. Tyson Williams got to play 2 for 2. This team went 25 for 30 throwing the ball in this game. And that's just not only incredible, that's just incredibly efficient. That's the way this Hope team is going to have to continue to play. I don't know if they're going to continue to play at that level of efficiency, but when you have the wide receivers, you have the running backs that can catch the ball out of the backfield, you do hope that efficiency continues to happen. And if it does, this Hope offense is going to continue to do what they did in this game, and that is put up over 500 yards of offense. And if they do that, if the defensive line gets in the backfield, if the defense secondary performs better, this is going to be a team, like I said earlier, that's going to be very, very difficult to be. And that's why they're able to basically dominate this game from the very, very beginning. You'll like to see that. I talked about Hope kind of getting off to a little bit slow start, giving up a touchdown on the first drive. They did not do this. They took command of the game, went up 35-0 going at halftime, and then that obviously gives you the ability to play some guys that typically don't get to play, which in my opinion, and I've already addressed this, is not only good for this year, but good for the program going forward. But Hope is now 5-1 on the year, 2-1 in the MIAA. Kalamazoo ended up dropping to 3-3, 0-3 in the MIAA. Hope has obviously a couple of games coming up. Kalamazoo does as well. I'll obviously talk about both teams in the near future. Excited for that Hope recap. Good win for Hope. Hope handles business, did exactly what it needs to do, and they need to continue to handle business going forward. But if you like this content, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff. Really appreciate everyone's support, and make sure you tune in to the next recap and previews for both of these teams.